Okay, so your tub will come in curbside delivery. It'll be dropped off at the end of your driveway. We recommend having a dolly like this on delivery. It won't come with your tub, but we recommend going to Home Depot and getting a dolly like this to help move around your tub once it arrives. So first we're going to need a Robertson #2 drill bit. It's that's what it looks like. So we're going to take one side panel off this for easiest removal. Pop the door off. Take our dolly. How to fill your cold tub with water. So we're going to want to fill in through your filter well. So we're going to pop open the skimmer basket door. We're going to fill in this way so that there's no airlock in the pumps. So here's my standard garden hose. You can fill it with any garden hose, any hose. Here's pre-filter that's going to come in your starter kit. We use pre-filter, so if you're in a place or if you're using well water or you're somewhere where the water has a lot of minerals in it, it's going to be easier to get your pH correct if we start off with a fill filter. So you're going to take it out of its packaging, we already did. Then you're going to pop off the bottom little lid here. Just going to shimmy it out of there. Then you're going to screw on your hose. Go. Get a nice tight seal there, and then we're going to pop off the top. We're going to start the hose. We're going to fill right in through the skimmer basket. Alright, so when you're filling your tub, you're going to look for this arrow on the skimmer door. That's going to be your fill line. So fill the water to, we did a little bit above, so you want it above the jets, so the jets aren't shooting water out. Okay, when your cold tub arrives, it's going to have the gray probe cap over the probe. The cap is on the probe because the probe can't get dry. It's very important that the probe doesn't get dry. It's a medical grade probe. So your cold tub's going to arrive with the cap on it. Once we fill up the tub, that's when we're going to remove the probe cap. Probe cap, underneath that's the probe, that's what's taking a reading on the water. So if you don't take the cap off, Coldtub Pal, your automated sanitizing system, will not be working. But it will be working as soon as you plug it in, but it needs something to take a reading on the water. So medical grade, can't get dry, very important. Do this step once your tub is full of water. So we're going to reach in, we're going to unscrew it. There we go. That's your gray cap. This is what it looks like. Your cold tub will come with a grate to go over and protect the probe. It'll come with your owner's manual. We're going to screw that in. And you're golden. Okay, so we're using an extension cord here, but that's just for demonstration purposes. So when you get your tub, and you got your water in there and you're ready to go, we're going to plug it in. So you want it to be plugged into a dedicated outlet. Like I said, we're using an extension cord for demonstration purposes. You want to plug it into a dedicated outlet, and then we're going to press the green button, which will power it on. Green, on. Test button, blue, off. This is your GFCI cord. It'll come with your tub. So once we press our green button, this is what you're going to see. Your tub is calibrating. So don't do anything. It's turning on. It's just waking up, calibrating. The next thing you're going to see is the temperature of the water once you're good to go. calibrating. You can hear the jets kicked on. This water is 90, so that's where you're gonna see the temperature. Okay, now that we got our tub full of water, plugged in, you got your probe cap off, your grate on, we're ready to get the water chemistry set up correctly so that we make sure we optimize your equipment and so the saltwater sanitizing system is doing its job. So it's going to be 3 steps. We're going to balance our alkalinity first, then we're going to balance pH second, and then we're going to add the correct amount of salt based on number of users and model. So in your starter kit, in your cold water starter kit, you're going to have a 4-in-1 test strip. Make sure your hands dry, as we don't want to get the test strips wet or get any of the other test strips wet in your bottle and ruin all of them. So we're going to take out one of them, grab by the end, go in for about 5 seconds. We're going to pull it out. So our alkalinity, which we're starting with alkalinity, we want it to be between 120 and 180. This is the 3rd down on the bottle and on the strip. We're lined up. Ours looks good to go. If it was low, we would add cold water balance. It'll tell you how much to add in your owner's manual on page 6 to 8. So anytime that you use Dead Sea Salt, rundown, balance, or jump, we want to turn on the jets. When we add any of these, to make sure that the water is stirring, to turn on the jets, we're going to press 1, pump 1. You want the water to be moving around. We also, if it's not pre-mixed, which I'm going to show you in a second, you want to put it in by the filter well, so it gets into the filter well and it starts working from the inside out. Once you add in your cold water balance to raise your alkalinity, you're going to wait about 15 minutes to an hour, let it settle, and then we're going to move on to our pH. So our pH on the same strip, if your alkalinity was off, you'd obviously wait 15 minutes to an hour, and then you would get a new strip out of here and test it again. We're going to go right now because our alkalinity is good. So we want our pH between 7.2 and 7.8. So we're going to line it up again. This again looks good. Looks like we're falling in that 7.2 to 7.6 range. If it wasn't, if our pH was low, we would put in cold water jump. Again, it's going to tell you how much to put in on your owner's manual, page 6 to 8. That's if your pH is low. If your pH is high, we're going to add cold water rundown. They will both come in your cold water starter kit. So if your pH is high, we'll add in rundown. Same thing, it's going to be in the owner's manual, page 6 to 8, how much rundown. And then we're going to wait 15 minutes to an hour. We're going to come back, we're going to test the water again. And once we get it all squared away, we're going to move on to our Dead Sea Salt. So once you get your pH and your alkalinity to correct levels, we move on to the Dead Sea Salt for your sanitizer. So depending on your model, it's going to decide how much Dead Sea Salt you're going to put into the water. You're going to be able to find that chart on our website. So I'm going to go in. This is your Dead Sea Salt, pure Dead Sea Salt. We're going to put in our Dead Sea Salt. This is your sanitizer. No additives need to be added into the water. No chlorine, no granule chlorine, no liquid chlorine. This is going to be what kills all the bacteria in the water. It's NaCl, it's going to split down the middle, and it's going to be chloride sitting and ready in the water for a bather. The used chloride will then be eliminated by our ozone system, our oxidizing system, and the chloride that doesn't get used will regenerate into Dead Sea Salt and then be used, split and used again based on bather use. I got my warm bucket of water and I got my stir stick. I'm going to put in the Dead Sea Salt. Take my stir stick, stir it up. Remember, this is salt water, so try not to spill if you're inside or outside, as the salt will stain the ground around it. So try not to spill if you can. Once you get a good mix, we're going to press pump 1 and we're going to turn on our jets. And I'm going to add my Dead Sea Salt and my warm water right into the filter well. let that move around, wait about an hour or two, your tub will be sanitizing. You'll know that your cell is working when it looks like cloudiness is being dispensed out of your salt cell. That's how you know it's working. That's the split chloride entering the water. You're all good to go. Connect your tub to Wi-Fi so that you can monitor everything that's going on in it. But as soon as you plug in and complete all these steps, your tub is good to go.